Chairman LaBeige, Commissioner Avery, Commissioner Bell, Commissioner Berube, Commissioner Crawford, Commissioner Goodness absent, Commissioner Javid absent, Commissioner Macon, Commissioner Provo, and Commissioner Segee absent. Oh, I'm sorry, and Commissioner Templeton absent also. Thank you.
So could we have, I'm sorry, I had that turned off. Could we have a report, please?
Yes, sir. Mr. Arvello is requesting permission to remove the horizontal siding at the home located at 2598 Rusk Street. In its place, he wishes to install a vertical cement board siding. The home could be categorized as a craftsman-style home with a typical wall cladding was wood clapboard, wood shingle, stone, brick, and concrete block. The field guides to American houses provides examples from pages 454 to 563, where the vertical siding would provide a modern take on a craftsman design, allowing for smaller homes to appear taller and adding a contemporary feel to the traditional design. The house is not listed in the spare Beaumont survey. Staff recommends approval of the request with the following condition. All applicable building permits and inspections be obtained through the Building Codes Department. On the screen, this is a view of the front of the structure. It was really hard to see straight on with their greenery that they have down their walkway, so it's kind of an angled. This is their side of their structure along Jaguar Street across from the BISD Brown School. And this is an example of what they're proposing to go onto those structures, the vertical siding. And I believe the applicant is in the audience.
All right. Any questions for staff? All right, Mr. Arvello, are you here? If you would come forward and state your name and address for our records and just tell us what you're trying to do, please.
Okay, my name is Melchor Arevalo, and the address is 2598 Rusk Street, Beaumont, Texas 77702.
All right, so you live in the home right now?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you start out by telling us why you want to change the horizontal siding to a vertical siding?
First of all, because the cement siding is harder than the vinyl siding, and that means it's for longer, and that is the only reason. But I want to change an horizontal to vertical way because it's easier for me and my helpers to do this ourselves.
All right, any questions from commission?
I want to change to brown color, not a white. That's what I planning to do. Yeah, the brown. There is a lot of houses, and according to a lot of houses right there in the area, it's no brown. Excuse me. It's gonna be gray. Yeah, gray.
Excuse me one second. Staff, do you have color selections?
At the time of the request, there was no color selections provided, but I can get with him after the meeting and
Okay.
provide him the approved
You'll have to
palette.
get the colors approved by them. They have a color palette that's acceptable in the historic neighborhood.
Okay.
You can suggest anything else. If you suggest something else besides what's on their approved palette, you'll have to come back before the commission and talk about the color. So right now, we're just talking about the material.
All right.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, I'll open it up for discussion on the commission. Okay, we have a motion and a second.
With the condition.
I'm going to ask for a discussion because I want to discuss this.
Okay.
This is going to drastically change the look of this house. I mean, drastically change it.
You can see it's a probably 3-inch profile siding, and then this is the proposed vertical siding.
And that is form modern. That is not Art Deco. This is form modern
The one that
you're looking at right now.
okay.
I don't know of any of the bungalow houses in our Old Town area that have that board and batten on a house of this design.
I apologize for the interruption. I'm being asked to remind all commission to turn on their mics when they speak, please. Make sure the green light is on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you put the photo of the home as it is now? Thank you.
I mean, a board and batten on this house is not going to look like that.
So the example that we looked at is not in our neighborhood. This one.
No, ma'am, that is provided by the applicant. That is the material example that he provided.
Okay.
Does the staff have any objection to this?
Based on what is provided in the Field Guide to American Houses, we recommended approval because it is a typical wall covering of that time, or for that architectural style, I'm sorry.
Don is our resident architect. If he used the same material but went horizontal, would that be?
I mean, my feeling is that unless you use horizontal siding on this house, you're looking at a 2-story house in this picture.
Mm-hmm.
It changes the scale of it. The line of these board and battens on this farmhouse picture that we have just totally changes the look of that house. To me, if you do this to that house, then those columns on the front of this house don't look appropriate anymore.
Or the shutters?
Right. Look at
the front of the house again.
And again, I apologize, but when you're in front of the house directly, you can see they have greenery going to the front door that is on both sides. So you can't, directly in front of the house, you can't see it. So that's why it's off to the side this way.
Can you tell me again what you're referencing in the book?
Our references are to the craftsman style categorization. and pages 454 to 563, showing examples of the mixed wall coverings.
Okay, where are you seeing a board and batten? All the details are typical porch support and railing details, typical elaboration details. I don't see any board and batten on that sheet. I mean, there's different horizontal sidings, and if you didn't, if you didn't want to do 3-inch, you could do another width of it. But everything that I'm seeing in this book that I have in front of me is horizontal siding.
Why is he changing the siding? Why are you changing? Is it deteriorating?
He said, when he was up here, he said it was easier for him to install the board and batten.
Yeah, but why is he changing it?
Because he wants to do it himself and it's easier.
No, I mean, is it deteriorating? Yes. Damaged. Very damaged.
All right, any other discussion? All right, we have. Do you want to call him back up to answer some more questions?
Yes.
Okay. Could you come back up, please, sir? The commission's got some more questions that they want to ask you.
If you do plan to go with the vertical boards, did you plan on reinstalling the shutters and the awnings?
I want to remove the shutters and the stops too. I want to make normally trims windows. Like in one picture appears, I want to put like 4-inch cedar wood.
So you're wanting to change the windows also?
The windows already changed. I already got the permits like
Oh,
3-4 years ago.
Okay.
But in the power side, I didn't change the trims. I wear just only for inside.
Okay. All right, any other questions?
I'm confused. So he has already changed the windows, so this is an older photo or this is a current photo?
These are current photos. The windows, I guess that we're misunderstanding. The windows that were changed are the actual windows themselves. They changed them probably 3 or 4 years ago. They did come before y'all then too. It's just been a while.
Because these pictures don't show any detail around the windows. The vinyl siding looks like it butts up without any detail around the windows.
I think it's all wood siding right now.
Is that wood or vinyl?
Oh, the vinyl. Oh, the vinyl. If I'm making a cement siding,
No.
I would have
On the house now, is it wood or vinyl?
this is the original one is a cedar one, and after the cedar one is the vinyl, plastic vinyl. The one is really damaged is the plastic vinyl.
Okay. All right, any other questions? Thank you, sir. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, I'll call for the vote and she will call for individual votes. Please, thank you.
Chairman Labiche,
Against?
Commissioner Avery, Commissioner, thank you, Commissioner Bell,
Or
Commissioner Berube,
Against.
Commissioner Crawford,
Oh, gosh. I'm against it. Because I see now what you're saying and the difference that it will make.
Commissioner Macon,
For,
Commissioner Provo, and Commissioner Siggy. Okay.
All right, I believe we have enough votes for approval. Is that correct?
Yes, 4
And
to
it is,
3.
that it is approved, and Mr. Arvalero, thank you. You've continued to come back here and ask for permission on doing everything in your house, and that's what we appreciate about people that live in the historic district. So thank you very much. All right, our next file is PZ 2023-199, a request for a certificate of appropriateness to remove cedar shake siding at 2575 Ashley Avenue.
Property owner Larry Mills requests permission to remove the cedar shake siding from his home located at 2575 Ashley. His intent is to match the profile of the siding on the garage in the rear with a hardy plank, and the brick on the bottom of the structure will remain. The work began without the benefit of an approved certificate of appropriateness or building permits. However, Mr. Mills immediately came to City Hall to rectify the situation when Inspector Randall stopped work. The home could be classified as a minimal traditional with a variety of materials used, as an examples can be seen on page 481 in a field guide to American houses. The removal of the shakes to be replaced with the hardy plank seems appropriate. The home is not listed in the spare Beaumont survey, and staff recommends approval of the request with the following conditions. 1, all applicable permits and inspections are obtained through the Building Codes Department, and the siding be painted to match the garage in the rear. Inside your packets, Mr. Mills has provided you a letter and examples of numerous structures in the district that had previously had cedar shake siding. Should be attached to kind of the back after our initial staff information. And then with that, I'm also going to show you a couple slides. The first being what the structure looked like with the cedar shake. This is currently as we have it weather tight so that it didn't cause damage to his home while he waited for the meeting. And then this was the best example I could get with the garage siding to show what would it look like side by side with the sidings. And the applicant is in the audience.
All right, any questions for staff? All right, Mr. Mills, could you come forward, please, and just kind of tell us what you're doing and why you're doing it, please?
Thanks for the committee for y'all, the time y'all spend. My name is Larry Mills. My wife, Mary Ann, is here. We've lived in this house since 2005 and completely remodeled it inside. We wanted to live in a little town. That's why we moved from the West End. So we're wanting to really make this a showcase. In my opinion, the cedar shakes are just no longer appropriate. They're a fire hazard, they're a bug hazard. They wear out much longer or quicker than a hardy type product. We feel that the hardy product will emulate somewhat, it won't be individual, but the planks will be have a reveal, which is the amount showing for each level.